Welcome to What's Going On with Lady D today. I'm your host, Lady D. Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2235. Welcome to What's Going On with Lady D today. We are located here at 7100 Euclid Avenue in the heart of Cleveland, Ohio. And we have some wonderful guests in the house from Lee Memorial AME Church. And they are the committee co-chairs. And these ladies are Vicki Nichols and Cheryl Shelton. Welcome to What's Going On. How are you doing this afternoon?
Doing very well.
Excellent, excellent. I want to thank you for coming on, and I would like for you to tell our audience a little bit of something about yourself. Who wants to go first?
Well, my name is Vicki Nichols,
Okay.
and I am a proud member of Lee Memorial AME Church, well over 65 years. We're located in the Glenville area, and we are there doing the mission of the church. And that's what we will continue to do. Love being a member of Lee Memorial.
Okay, so you're native Clevelander?
Yes, I am. I grew up in East Cleveland, went to Shaw High School, go Cardinals. My family is, some of them are still in East Cleveland, but we had a very large family and we're kind of all over the city now. But yes, we are still here supporting the city of Cleveland and the city of East Cleveland.
Awesome.
Retired, and that's the best part.
Okay, so now you get to really enjoy life and do what you want to do.
Yes, I do, as well as be more active in our church. You know, there's a lot of work to do in the church, and it's wonderful to have the time and still have the good health to be able to do that.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
very thankful for that.
And that is truly a blessing.
Yes.
And yourself?
Really the same at Lee Memorial, really all of my life. Brought there, of course, by my parents, who are both deceased. But we're part of the church, and I enjoy being there. And I actually brought along, who became my fiance and now my husband, to the Lee Memorial as well. So we are thrilled to be able to work to try and do the Lord's work there.
Excellent. And so you said all your life. May I just ask how many years?
That's 60 plus.
60 plus. And yourself?
65 plus.
65. Okay, do you know this church is a historic landmark? We have so many wonderful landmark churches on 105 Street. This is just really amazing. So you're talking about 60. So let's get into the history of the church. How long has this church been there?
Well, Lee Memorial has been in the Glenville community over 61 years. And we've had incredible pastors. We've been blessed with those. One who was with the church for over
42 years.
42 years was Wesley I. Reed, and he is still connected with the church. And currently we have an incredible pastor, Pastor Roderick K. Reed, as well.
Okay. And so what is your position here at Lee Memorial?
Well, I serve as a steward, and we're also part of the executive committee for the Miracle on 105th Street. And the broader umbrella is called Miracles Can Happen, because we also have in the winter an event as well.
Okay, and what is that event that's in the winter?
It's our Christmas gift away.
Okay.
And this is when we give toys. We have food, clothing, programming right there at the church where the community can come in. And it's just like set up like a Christmas wonderland. We have Santa there for the children. We
Really?
actually last year had a play that Cheryl wrote. And it was so well received that we're going to do that piece again this year. But just another opportunity to give back to the community.
That is awesome. And what was the name of the play?
Well,
May I
for
ask?
during the the gift of the Magi. So we had the three kings in their
Okay.
full regalia, and we had audience participation because we wanted to get out the true meaning of Christmas. Just as for the summer, our focus becomes still with giving away clothing, and we'll talk about one of the organizations that's a big part of us giving away new clothing. So
Okay.
we also have that focus. We also give away bikes for the summer piece, as well as the clothing and those community supports, because we want to do something that's not just for a day, but to connect people with things that can impact their lives really for years to come.
Okay, okay, that is awesome. So now the event that you have coming up, first of all, before we talk about the event, I want to talk about the miracle on 105th Street. I mean, so many wonderful things are happening here in our Cleveland area. And the construction and the reconstruction and rebuilding and bringing back businesses, because I can remember when I was a little girl, 105th Street was nothing but black businesses. And we had a lot to offer. We shop right within our community. We didn't have to go outside. We didn't have the malls either. You know, the malls was going downtown shopping. So let's talk about the Miracle on 105th. What is that all about?
Well, it's really again about offering those community supports, as I said. So now we have, and one of the businesses, as you talked about, that you may remember even when you were a little girl, is Strada's Funeral Chapel. They're
Yeah.
still there, and they are one of our big supporters. They were last year, and they've continued that tremendous support again this year. So that's one of those black businesses that you talked about. We also have things like the Black Nurses Society. They're coming in to give free blood pressure screenings, absolutely free. One of our younger entrepreneurs owns a business called Bookmarks Live, and that's one of our church members, a young woman named Erica Marks, who is also donating books. And so those businesses are a part of this. Also, First Energy. Everyone knows First Energy,
Yes.
the illuminating company.
Yes.
They're
They
a
keep
part
the
of it.
lights on.
They keep the lights on. So they're a part of it, and they're donating also to this event. They're giving ice cream, enough for at least for our participants, as
Okay.
well as backpacks, which we will fill with school supplies, coloring books as well. Another business that's a part of us. And then there's one that's slightly outside of our community, but they still service our area, is the Thea Bowman Center. And they are a group that's going to offer outreach support. So if someone needs that outreach support, so maybe going through recovery,
Okay.
or whether it may be drugs or alcohol, they're there. They also do a lot with our seniors to teach them healthy habits that they can use for a lifetime. And that's another business that will be working with us.
That is really awesome. Now, the services that within the church, what do you offer?
Okay,
What kind of services?
Well, one of the service that we're very, very proud of, we actually have a Lee Boutique. And we have turned our multi-purpose center into literally a store that
Really?
is for our guests to come in. Anything they want, anything they need, we have it there. It's no cost, it's no charge. We have ladies working in there, bagging things up for them, men clothes, women clothes, and mostly we focus in on children clothes. We're going to be having summer clothes in there this summer. In the wintertime, we have coats. We have maintained this only for these two events, but as time goes by, we're probably going to make that where it's more open to the community on a more frequent basis.
So the hours of this, is it only during church time?
Well, actually, right now, it's only for these two events.
Okay.
So the Saturday of this event on Juneteenth, it will be open, and as our guests come in and participate in all of the other activities that's going on, they can also walk up the stairs and go into the Lee Boutique, and there will be ladies and men in there to assist them. and anything they
Yes.
may want to get.
That is really nice. And all of this is free.
All of it is free.
So, how do you come about getting the items?
Well, if I may,
Yes.
yeah, the good thing here is this allows our church members to participate.
Okay.
A lot of, obviously, most of this is donated.
Right.
All of it isn't used. A lot of it is new. So
Okay.
we have donation through our church members. This is their opportunity. And then I think Cheryl had touched upon, we have another organization that we collaborate with that's donating new things that we will also be able to have there for our event on the 17th, Juneteenth.
Now that's what I'm talking about, a miracle. A miracle when you can come and get what you need
Right.
and it doesn't cost you anything. That is really nice. So you are really giving back to your community.
Yes.
This
And
is, go
And
ahead.
if I may, the organization that's been a big part of us getting the brand new, I want people to understand, we literally left the price tags on the clothing so that they could see them. We're talking about clothing from newborn all the way up. So these are brand new items. We have a section that's called Dress for Success as well for those people who may want to, I need to pick up that suit. I need a tie as a man or a shirt.
Right.
So, but that the organization is called Strong Hands United. And if I may say, that organization's, I think, co-founder is actually Vicky's daughter. She is giving back, who has been a member of the church, so she is giving back in just spades in terms of all of that new clothing. So yes, the Lee Memorial members also, some of them have donated new clothing, but the majority of that right now has come from Strong Hands United, and we really want to applaud them for their generosity.
That is really awesome. I want to give them a shout out and
Yes,
applause
yes,
too.
yes, yes.
When did she start this organization?
This organization was started in 2015.
Okay.
It was actually started by her fiance. He is the founder of it, and their purpose is it's a nonprofit organization, and their main objective is educating the community and children on children's safety, and they focus on human trafficking. That's where the majority of their focus is, and that's what they do in the community. They're in churches, they go to schools, wherever they can to talk about this epidemic that we have right now with children as well as adults
Right.
trafficking.
Yeah, because it's so big, and a lot of times it can be right in front of your face, and you don't even
Absolutely.
know it because I just had a guest last week talking about the young ladies when they age out of foster care and they become homeless and they have nowhere to go,
Right.
and people take advantage of people who are in need.
Yes.
And it's not right. So this is good to make the community aware of what's going on, what to look for, what the signs are. So what are the challenges that you see that the Glenville area has been dealing with recently?
Well, if I may, one of the things, and that's why we have them there, we know that many of things are health issues. That's why we have the blood pressure screenings there.
Okay.
We know that people need that, and even for them to learn those healthy habits, that's why we have brought in the groups that will kind of address those needs. Of course, as a church, we're looking at the spiritual side as well. We
Right.
know we have to deal with that physical side to get to that spiritual side. So we wanted to make sure we are addressing the things where we see the greatest need. We also need kids also need fun. That's one of the things that we know, and they need something constructive to do.
Right.
So we have been going, believe me, tirelessly finding brand new bikes. So our sponsors are helping to fund that. Like I said, the Straughters, where we have a Nubian Links, where we have these different organizations that have given money.
Okay.
That has helped us be able to pave the way to buying these brand new bikes. I mean,
Wow,
brand
that's-
new.
that is so
that
nice.
and as we have gone in the stores, there's always someone turning around. In fact, it's amazing us how you see the little children. I've watched them watch us from one end of the store to the other as we go up to purchase them. So we want people to know that those things will be there for them. And again, absolutely free, no cost at all.
So is it first come, first serve, or how are you distributing
In
your
terms,
items?
as Vicki mentioned with the clothing, when they go to the Lee Boutique, they
Okay.
will be able to select what they would like. Everything will be sized, and it's a matter of where you're starting off with, like one item per person as we go through.
Right.
And we will just continue that until we've given away all that we've had. So that's our purpose, is to make it there like that store experience.
Yes.
We even have our branded shopping bags for them,
Okay.
so that people can really have that first class experience.
Yes.
And that's what we want to give them. So you're coming to a store. There will also be crafts there. We'll be giving away free books. We have the Dolly Parton group that's giving away books. As I said, the Bookmarks Live. Also, the Literacy Initiative is a part of that.
Right.
So all of those books will also be new. We have our labels in them done by our missionary team, so that when that child gets a book, they will actually write that child's name in the book on the label. So again, that first
Personalizing.
grade experience.
That is just fantastic. I love what you're doing here. Now, let's see. So is this going to be something that you're going to continue doing every year? Can we look for this every year for what, Juneteenth?
For right now, we honestly can say yes. Our pastor brought this vision to our church.
Okay.
And when he first started talking about, well, we're going to give away 50 bikes, we were like, what you've never done, it's hard to sometimes to see it.
Right.
But we trusted and believed in our pastor enough that we all got on board with the vision that he presented to us and believed in it and
Right.
worked at it, and the miracle happened.
Right.
So at this point, if we do something different, it's going to be bigger. It's
Okay.
going to be better, if you will, but we will always probably have something on Juneteenth at Lee Memorial.
Tell our audience, our listeners, the date and the time of this event.
Okay, as we said, it'll be Saturday, June 17th from 11 a.m. until 3. We're also having, I talked about that fun, a bouncy house, so the kids can go into that as well for free. And we'll be also giving away a number of basketballs. It amazed at least me last year when we had one of our part of the group called the Men of Lee, and we have a Sons of Lee, that they got these things together and said, well, we will also give away some of these basketballs. And two of the people who were most thrilled with actually receiving one were two teenage girls, and they both played basketball. And so it was just a thrill that they were so, I expected, I hate to say that, it's a chauvinist perhaps, a young man, but they were thrilled to be able to get those.
Yeah.
So we will have those items there as
Yes, that's awesome because, girls, we play basketball. We're into
Right.
all the sports.
Yes, we are.
It's not a man thing anymore. Okay? We do it all, okay? That
Right,
is for
right,
sure.
right.
Well, the helmets, are you going to have safety helmets?
We're
or
looking into
someone
that. I
talk
cannot
about
promise that at this moment,
Okay.
but we're looking into that.
So you are in need of helmets?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay, so if someone want to donate some helmets, who is it that they can call or how can they reach?
Okay, they can contact me, and in fact, or even the church. Let me give that number.
Okay,
And it's
please do.
area code 216-761-4447, if I may repeat it.
Yes.
Area code 216-761-4447.
And is there anything else that you are in need of that you would want some sponsors to call and contribute to you?
Well, we can
Tell
take,
us what we need
okay,
because
we can take everything from the helmets,
Okay.
even additional clothing, and of course, I hate to say this, monetary donations are always
Money is
appreciated.
always
Yes,
important.
it's
Yes, we need
precious.
money to keep this going.
Right.
There's a cost. And so definitely, and they can send money to
Yes,
or write a check to
absolutely.
They
where?
can.
Absolutely.
Again, Lee Memorial AME Church. We also have a Giftify for the church, and if they do use the Giftify, all they have to do is, of course, is indicate that it's for the Miracle on 105th Street.
Okay, and is this tax deductible?
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, excellent.
And if
excellent.
they have any questions, they can leave messages at the church number if there's no one in the office, and they will get answered. They will be addressed.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. I was looking at your church website, and I saw that you all have a talk show called Roundtable Real Talk. Is that still going on?
I'm not as sure if they're doing that right now. That tended to sort of start during the summer. And that was an opportunity for a lot of our younger members to just have very frank discussions.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that may start again in the summer, but I'm not positive. But speaking of having very difficult discussions, we will have, and this is a trained member, she is a member of our church. She is not only a registered nurse, she's licensed in what is called aftercare. So
Okay.
she will be there. So if someone has that family member where perhaps we're at that point of thinking about end of life activities, she will be there to do some one-on-one discussions, and she is a trained professional, and she will be there as well as one of our resources, because we're really trying to do with what people need,
Exactly.
even the things that may be difficult to discuss.
Right, right. Because in the community people are dealing with so much,
Yes.
and a lot of times they don't know who to talk to or where to go. And so by having your church here in this community like this, we want to let everyone know that you can come to Lee Memorial here on 105th Street, because that's where the miracles are happening. And these young ladies here, they are making a difference in our community. And this is what we need, people to come and make changes and be givers. So if there's something that you have you want to donate, please contact them. And let me ask you, so what other services are you going to be doing coming forward? This here is for Juneteenth. So you have your toy drive, and what is the vision that the church has now?
The back to school program, you want to talk about that?
Yes. Well, we're sort of combining our back to school program and with this, because where we would do, as Vicki said, usually in August, under Erica Marks and the young adult and the youth program part of the church, where they would be giving away books, school supplies. So since First Energy was giving us the backpacks, we're going to add the school supplies that we're getting from Strong Hands United to that, so that they will be able to get some school supplies on that
Okay.
same day.
That's good.
And then, as we said before, the next big event will be as we go into our Christmas. So I think that's only a few months away. We don't like to
Yeah.
think about it that way, but that's only a few months
Yes.
away. And then again, there we're giving away new coats for the children, and then we'll have some things also for our adults, as well as hats and scarves
Yes.
and boots
Toys.
and toys again.
Yes, because our children, they need it. I sometimes I ride, and if things wasn't so the way they were, you see children walking up and down the street. They're not properly dressed. It's
Right,
cold
that's right.
outside,
Right.
and they got to go to school. And how can you expect for this student to learn if they're not even dressed properly and
properly,
warm and
right,
have just basic
right.
needs?
That, yeah, I was just saying,
Go
that
ahead.
is why we really make that big effort for our winter event, because as you said, that's meeting just a basic need of I need to be
Right.
warm to go to school. Our
Right.
missionary group has adopted 2 schools within the community. One is Stephanie Tubbs Jones, and the other is Michael R. White. And so we have adopted them, and they give coats to them, sort of like first, and then we still have all the others to distribute when we do our 12 stations of Christmas at the church. And we also took our flyers for the event to the school so that those children would know about it, so they wouldn't have to hear about it somewhere else.
Right.
They actually had individual flyers that we produced, and then we were able to actually deliver to their school.
That's great, because the parents, they need to know where to come.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yep, that's good. Excellent. All right, well, I think we have a lot going on. We've got some wonderful miracles happening. And just before we go, give our audience the information one more time. You all need to come on out, support this event, because this is awesome.
Well, it's the Miracle on 105th Street, and it's Saturday, June the 17th, from 11 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. But if I also could say, every Sunday at 9:30 a.m., we have worship service at Lee Memorial AME Church, and we would love for our community to not just be a part of this, but be a part of the worship services that we offer at Lee, and let their spirits be fed as well.
Excellent.
And again, 9:30.
9:30. So don't just come and get the free bite and the free clothes. Show up and give God some thanks. Okay?
Right.
Praise God for these miracle workers out here looking out for you, because that's what we do in Cleveland. And I'm just I mean, this is just so wonderful to have all of this coming out, bikes and clothes, and I saw music and entertainment. So please come in peace and take something and leave something for someone else too.
Thank you. And we thank you for this time. And I must extend also a thank you to Ms. Patricia Page for being a part of
Absolutely.
helping to connect us to you. So thank you.
Yes, Sister Paige is awesome. She'll be back here in October for her event that's coming up. So that's what's going on today. And thank you for tuning in and being a part of our show. Welcome to What's Going On with Lady D today. I'm your host, Lady D. Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2235.